Hello there, welcome back to Last Recaps. Before going into the video, please do subscribe and click on the bell icon for more interesting movie recaps. Today I'm going to tell an American action, adventure, comedy movie called Red Notice. The film begins with the story of Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, and her husband. Mark Antony gave Cleopatra 3 jeweled eggs on her wedding day. Each is more exquisite than the last as a symbol of his love for Cleopatra. For centuries the eggs were thought to be just a myth. But in 1907 a local Cairo farmer unearthed 2 jeweled eggs. However, the third egg was believed to be seen and quickly lost, and no one has ever seen it again. The first egg is in a museum in Rome, and the second egg was sold at an auction numerous times, and is now in a private collection. In the present day, a man is doing a 3D print of the first egg, and cloning it. Meanwhile, Special Agent John Hartley, an FBI consultant officer specializing in art crime, and an Interpol inspector Irvi Dawes arrived at a museum in Rome. They have received information from a reliable source called the Bishop that an international art thief would steal one of the eggs stored there. The museum director doesn't believe the information since it is provided by the Bishop, and thinks the Interpol officers are just wasting their time. Believing the Bishop, upon arriving at the display room the egg is still in place and undamaged. Hartley scans the display room with a thermal sensor, and finds out the 18-karat gold egg is not reflecting the heat in the room. To prove the authorities that the egg is fake, he pours Coke on the egg, and the egg starts to melt as ash. Orders to shut down the doors. Nolan Booth, an international art thief, gets exposed and tries to escape. Just before the doors are closed the guards are after him, but he manages to escape by dismantling the scaffolding and climbing it, which causes it to collapse nonetheless. Hartley confronts Booth, and they engage in a fight where they both fall out the window. Booth manages to slide down through a pipe and runs off on a stolen motorcycle. To chase him, Hartley takes off in a Porsche Tycoon and starts to drive, but he gets hit by a gelato truck. 56 hours later in Bali, Booth arrives in his hideout with the egg under his control, but Hartley is already waiting for him in his place with Interpol Inspector Dawes and guards. Hartley informs Booth that the Bishop ratted Booth out and revealed his hiding place. Hartley was already tracking Booth's criminal profile and knows everything about Booth's life. Inspector Dawes secures the egg, arrests Booth, and hands over the egg to Agent Hartley. Hartley stores the egg in one of the police's trucks, but little did he know, the Bishop was in disguise as one of his team members and replaces the real egg with a fake one. 32 hours later, in Rome, Hartley, who is about to leave Rome in an hour, is found in a bar by Dawes. She shows him the fake egg and smashes it to the ground. She accuses him of swapping it for the real one, and she accuses him of not being listed in the FBI's database. She also shows him that a Swiss bank account in Hartley's name just received a wire transfer of $8 million. Hartley denies the allegations. However, Dawes arrests Hartley and sends him to a Russian prison. Upon reaching the prison, Hartley is disappointed finding out that Booth is his soulmate while having lunch. Booth thinks that the Bishop set up both of him, and Hartley regards it as a coincidence, but Booth believes it was a plan by the Bishop, who in one move took out both her lead competitor and lead investigator by stating 2 birds, 1 stone or 1 egg. Booth reveals Bishop's plan for securing all 3 eggs is to sell them to an Egyptian billionaire on the night of her daughter's wedding for $300 million. They also know that the second egg is in possession of an international arms dealer named Sodovos. He keeps it locked away inside a secret vault inside his villa in Valencia. After they discuss Bishop's plan, Booth deliberately shouts out in the prison dining area that Hartley is not a cop, but an FBI agent, as every prisoner hates cops. One of the prisoners, Diego Grande, comes at Hartley and challenges him to a duel. However, as Hartley tries to say that he doesn't want anything to do with them and doesn't want any trouble, Drago punches Hartley. Guards approach Drago and stop him from kicking him again. Hartley and Booth are both in their cell once again, and shortly after they are taken to see the captain by the guards. Still to their surprise, while entering the captain's room they meet Bishop. She reveals that she's the one who swapped the egg and made a deposit of $8 million in his name. She tells Hartley that Booth knows the location of the third egg and offers Booth 10 of the money. She further offers to let him out if he tells her the location of the last egg, but he refuses to say anything. Meanwhile, to clear his name, Hartley tries to team up with Booth, but Booth refuses to team up with Hartley, as he doesn't believe in a team. But after time, Booth agrees to team up with Hartley. In the cell, Hartley asks about Booth's father, because he's curious how a Swiss police officer's son can become an international art thief. Booth starts by describing to Hartley what happened in his childhood, how his father accused Booth of stealing his watch, even though he didn't. After knowing that Booth didn't steal his watch, his father didn't even apologize to him for what he did. The next day, Booth made an escape plan. First, Booth throws nitroglycerin into a machine which causes an explosion. They fight off the guards and escape the building with a key that Booth had stolen while Drago attacked Hartley the other day. Both of them try to get onto the chopper parked outside. While Hartley is distracting guards, Booth gets under the chopper. Hartley runs toward the helicopter. However, a missile is fired by one of the guards, causing the bridge to collapse. After that, Hartley manages to climb the bridge while Booth shoots off the guards using the aircraft machine gun. Hartley climbs up and jumps off into the chopper just before Booth starts flying off. However, one of the guards shoots a rocket missile into the chopper, but Hartley manages to open the other door of the aircraft, making it pass through the chopper and hit a mountain instead. In London the next day, the bishop holds an agent hostage in his office. She uses his computer to send a message to Inspector Dawes informing her that Booth and Hartley have escaped the prison. She also sends an invitation to Soto Voce's party. The agent triggers an alarm, and when a guard tries to confront the bishop, she smashes the guard. She then turns to the agent that she was holding hostage and threatens him by stating that she's capable of reaching his family, and she will expose all of his shady secrets to everyone. Meanwhile, Booth receives assistance from an old friend Tomboy to get him and Hartley to Soto Voce's home in Valencia. Tomboy was waiting for an opportunity to repay Booth for the favor he did in the past on the plane. While Hartley is studying the house plan, Booth develops an idea to steal the second egg from Soto Voce's safe, which is located in the house upstairs. The safe is heavily guarded, and every activity in the house is heavily monitored by CCTV, which is sophisticated and equipped with the latest technology. He adds that the only way to open the safe is with facial and vocal recognition, along with Soto Box's phone with his thumbprint. Booth shows him an app on his phone, by which he can manage to get past Soto Box's facial and voice recognition. The only thing they need to open the safe and steal the egg and get away is Soto Voce's phone, which Booth tells Hartley that it is his responsibility to get. The two of them arrive at the masquerade party. Booth disguises himself as a waiter, while Hartley is disguised as a guest. Hartley notices the bishop at the party and asks her to dance, which was not in the plan. Soto Voce notices that Hartley is dancing with the most beautiful girl in the party, which makes him jealous. Soto Voce politely asks Bishop for a dance, for which she agrees. On one side, Booth manages to get the thumbprint off Soto Voce by using one of his champagne glasses. Meanwhile, Hartley secures Soto Voce's phone. Ben, Hartley, and Booth go to the vault room. Booth hacks the CCTV, and they reach the vault room, where they accidentally drop the glass with the fingerprint, but they are able to recover the fingerprint and open the secret vault. But just before they enter the vault, Inspector Dawes points her gun at both Hartley and Booth. She orders Hartley to prove he's not a thief, but FBI agent by arresting Booth. He refuses to arrest Booth. Instead, he kicks off the gun in her hand and proceeds to the vault. Sadly, Bishop has already made her way into the vault, and she fights them both in a duel and manages to get hold of the egg. After a few minutes, Soto Voce and his men come to the vault room. Bishop again sets up Booth and Hartley by informing Soto Voce that they'd come looking for the egg. Both Booth and Hartley are held captive by Soto Voce's men in an underground cell. Bishop forces Booth to reveal to them the location of the third egg by torturing Hartley with electric shock. Still, Booth refuses to tell them the location of the third egg out of patience. Soto Voce strangles Hartley, and Booth tells him the location of the third egg. He states that it is in a pyramid in Cairo, Egypt. Just before Bishop leaves, she poisons Voce's drink, causing him to collapse, and also kills off the guard. After Bishop leaves, Voce awakens with his vision impaired and fires wildly at Hartley and Booth. Both of them are able to remove their handcuffs and escape from the underground, only to stumble upon a bullfighting field where Hartley is comically thrown several times by the bull. Eventually, both manage to escape the field and board a train. Booth admits to Hartley that he's given Bishop the wrong location of the third egg. Hartley asked Booth to tell him the location of the third egg, but he still won't tell Hartley where it is. Angered by this, Hartley nearly throws Booth out of the train, but pulls him in after some time. Then Hartley tells a story about his father, a cop man, and how he disappeared from his life at 13. He states that because his father was a cop man, he became a cop, while Booth's father was a cop, and Booth became a thief. Listening to Hartley's words, Booth finally agrees to reveal the location of the third egg. He explains about Rudolf Zeit, the personal antiques dealer of Adolf Hitler. He hid the egg along with other stolen Nazi artifacts and was sent to Argentina. Booth eventually finds out that the watch his father loved more than him was Rudolf's watch, and his father bought it from an auction. Containing the coordinates of the third egg, they arrive at the exact location of the secret bunker in the middle of the forest. Booth believes that he's reading the map upside down, blaming the compass that he's carrying with him. Furious, Hartley tears up the map and smashes the compass down upon striking the compass. They realize that they're just above the bunker and dig it up to uncover a passageway leading to a huge vault. But to open the vault, they need Booth's father's watch. Luckily, Booth carries his watch with him as they open the vault's door. They are amazed by the stolen artifacts stored inside after exploring the vault. They finally find the third egg. Suddenly, Bishop arrives there, followed by Inspector Dawes. They all escaped from the vault in an old Mercedes, chased by Interpol agents. The thieves eliminate the Interpol agents, leaving Dawes to fight. Following this, the trio rides their car out of the cave and falls over a waterfall. Booth tries to secure the egg and run away, but returns for Hartley to save him from the water. But he turns out fine. Hartley discovers that Booth cares for him, and while they engage in conversation, Bishop comes out of the water. Hartley takes the handcuffs to arrest Bishop, but they kiss instead. Surprised by this, Booth realizes that they've been planning the whole heist together from the start. They wanted to use Booth for the last egg. She also revealed that the electric shock to Hartley was to give him the keys to the handcuffs. Hartley then reveals to Booth that there are two bishops on a chessboard. Booth is forced to give up the egg and is handcuffed to the tree by Hartley. In the forest, the couple travels to Cairo, where the billionaire conducts his daughter's wedding. The billionaire presents his daughter with 3 bejeweled eggs. Ed Sheeran also performs a live music performance. Meanwhile, Interpol officers appeared out of nowhere and arrest the billionaire and take possession of the 3 eggs. As Ed Sheeran fights with them, the guards also take him. 6 months later in Sardinia, the couple enjoys their time on a boat. Booth appears there and informs them that he was caught in the forest by Inspector Dawes, but somehow managed to escape. He further states that he tipped off the information about the $300 million in their account to Inspector Dawes. Besides, he has already blocked his account. He gives them the opportunity to work together on another heist. If they refuse, he leaves them and is arrested by Inspector Dawes and his team, who are already on their way to the boat. The pair reluctantly agree and flee the ship after the agents issue a red alert to Bishop, Hartley, and Booth, so they are most wanted international criminals. Finally, they all go to the Louvre Museum in France. That's all from the video. I hope you like it. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you want exclusive movie recaps from different genres, like and share this video. Go ahead. It's free. Thank you for watching.